Nigeria has just secured over $20 billion investment from China. These funds are targeted at transforming the backbone of Nigeria's economy. According to Joseph Tegbe,
in July 2025, Nigeria announced a $20 billion investment agreement with China. This is one of the largest single foreign investments Nigeria has ever received, and the single largest investment by China in any African country. The deal was made possible by a group called the Nigeria-China Strategic Partnership. It will focus on key areas such as agriculture, mining, steel, energy, and car manufacturing. The goal is to help Nigeria move from an import-based economy to one that produces and exports finished goods. This agreement also comes as Nigeria joins the expanded BRICS alliance, giving the country a stronger voice on the global stage. Nigeria has long faced challenges with industrial development. Despite having a large population, a big land area, and many natural resources, it still imports most of what it consumes. Poor infrastructure, weak power supply, and lack of support for local industries have held the country back. This new agreement with China could help solve many of these problems. One of the major areas of focus in this deal is agriculture.
And machineries will be deployed to the states and the FCT to boost food production.
Nigeria has fertile land and a large rural population, but farming is still done in old and inefficient ways. Much of the food Nigerians eat is imported. The Chinese investment will help provide better equipment, seeds, irrigation systems, and storage facilities. This will not only help farmers produce more, but will also reduce food imports and improve food security.
The government is trying to turn the solid minerals sector into a major source of revenue amidst calls for diversification from oil.
Another major area is mining and steel. Nigeria has a lot of minerals such as gold, iron ore, lithium, and bauxite. But most of these minerals are left untapped or exported in raw form. This investment will help build proper mining infrastructure and processing plants so that Nigeria can add value to its raw materials before selling them. Steel production is especially important because it supports construction, transportation, and manufacturing. If Nigeria can produce enough steel locally, it won't need to import as much and can also export to other African countries. Car manufacturing is another key part of this deal. Nigeria currently imports most of its vehicles.
Nigerians spend about maybe $4 billion every year for the past 10 years, every single year, on buying vehicles.
Even though there is a growing local demand, this new investment includes plans to build car assembly plants in Nigeria. These plants will not only create jobs but also help develop related industries like spare parts, steel, and electronics. In time, Nigeria could become a hub for vehicle manufacturing in Africa. The energy sector will also benefit. Power supply in Nigeria has always been a big issue. Many homes and businesses run on generators, which is expensive and pollutes the environment. China's investment will go into building new power plants, including renewable energy like solar and hydro. A stable power supply is necessary for industries to work properly. Without it, factories cannot run and businesses cannot grow.
Because once the NEPA interrupts, they lose millions of naira. So they won't like any interruption there, so they run on generator throughout their production.
What makes this deal different from previous ones is the Nigeria-China Strategic Partnership. In the past, Nigeria signed many foreign deals, but most did not lead to real projects. Some were delayed and others were never completed. The NCSP is set up to make sure this deal is properly managed. It brings together Nigerian government agencies, Chinese investors, and private businesses. Its job is to make sure the money goes into real projects and not just paperwork. The structure of this partnership includes clear timelines, progress tracking, and accountability. Each project will be monitored from start to finish. This reduces the chances of corruption, delays, or mismanagement. If done right, this can serve as a new model for how foreign investments are handled in Nigeria. This deal also comes at a time when Nigeria is becoming more important globally. Nigeria joined the expanded BRICS group in 2024. BRICS is a group of large developing countries including Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. With Nigeria now included, the group gains access to not just West Africa's but Africa's biggest market. China sees Nigeria as a gateway to the African market, with over 1.4 billion people across the continent. If Nigeria succeeds, it could influence how other African countries grow their industries. Nigeria's goal is not just to receive investment, but to change how its economy works. The country wants to stop relying on oil and imported goods. Instead, it wants to make its own products and export them. For example, instead of importing tractors from China, Nigeria wants to make tractors locally and even export them back to China or other countries. This would be a big shift from how trade has worked in the past, where Africa mostly exported raw goods and imported finished ones. But the deal also comes with risks. One big concern is debt. Nigeria already owes China several $billions.
But Nigeria's outstanding debt as $37.9 billion.
For past projects like railways and roads. Taking on more loans could put pressure on future budgets. If projects do not succeed, Nigeria may struggle to repay. There is also the risk of Chinese companies dominating the local market, pushing out Nigerian businesses. Another risk is job creation. While the deal promises to create jobs, many past projects brought in Chinese workers instead of hiring locals. This time, the NCSP says there will be rules to make sure Nigerian workers and companies benefit. Still, this needs to be watched closely. Environmental and social impacts must also be considered. Large farms, mines, and factories can affect communities and the environment. There must be strong rules to protect land, water, and people. Transparency will be very important. Nigerians need to know how the money is spent, who is getting contracts, and how decisions are made. Despite these risks, the deal is still a big chance for Nigeria. If managed well, it could start a new chapter in Nigeria's development. The key will be strong leadership, good planning, and real commitment to putting Nigeria first. It is also a chance for China to show that its investments can truly help African countries grow, not just benefit Chinese companies. Whether it succeeds or fails will depend on how the Nigerian government, the NCSP, and the people work together. If done right, this could be the start of Nigeria's journey to becoming a strong industrial powerhouse. What details do you think we failed to cover? Please leave your comments below. And before you leave, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.